Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the three major US indices, which is the S&P 500, followed by the Nasdaq100 and the DowJones30 futures chart. Before I start today's video, I just want to say a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone who's been following my YouTube videos over the past couple of weeks, months and years. Obviously, the Christmas period is quite messy in terms of when I post videos. I do tend to take a 2-week pause and just enjoy time with my family and loved ones. So thank you very much for your patience. Of course, there hasn't been that many videos over the past week or so, but as of today, moving forward, videos will be returning daily as per usual. So yeah, Happy New Year to you all. But let's just get started quickly with the S&P 500. We are seeing some broad selling across the board today. We have the S&P down 0.6%. If we quickly switch over to Nasdaq100, we're down 1.5%. We are actually slightly off those lows, but this is just tax harvesting 101. And what do I mean by tax harvesting? Well, if you take a stock like Nvidia, for example, which had this huge run last year of approximately 300%, well, if you would have closed that position last week, but back in 2023, well, then you'd be expected to pay taxes on that come April. So what you're seeing is a lot of people, they've waited until the new year, which of course is the new capital gains tax year in the US, and you are seeing now a lot of profit taking on some of these big names, because when you have a stock which is up to 300%, that's when you've got to kind of take a step back and say, look, I think it's appropriate to take some profit here. And now that they've now gone ahead and closed these positions in the new year of 2024, of course, they now don't have to pay tax on that until another further 16 months. So they've just in theory gained 12 months where they can now use that money and that profit to put back to work and to try and pay their tax bill from this position. That's just a simple example. So that's what we're seeing across the board here. There's no real fundamentals out there to to kind of suggest that we need to fall further. I mean, technically speaking, we have been overbought. That's been evident with the RSI, for example. Today, we're seeing a much more healthier RSI with a reading of 63. If we move here to the Nasdaq100, we now have an RSI all the way down at 56. But at one point, last week, it was at 77. So, and then, of course, for DowJones30, we did have an RSI reading all the way up at around 88, which is incredibly high, and that has now fallen down towards 76. So we're still quite overbought here in the DowJones30, and I think that a further pullback is necessary, but I'm still pretty positive for the month of January. Now, just wanted to quickly share with you some research I've posted over in my Signal team. This is a very, very good piece of data. It shows that, the past 73 years, so dating back to 1950, when there's been a negative December in the S&P 500, well, that means that, come January the following year, you typically see a minus 0.9% return. So that's very interesting. When you have a negative December, typically speaking, your January then is also negative. But of the other 55 years, that this has occurred over the past 73 years, dating back to 1950. So we had 18 occasions when we had a negative December, which then returned a negative 0.9% in the month of January. But the other 55 years where we saw a positive return in the month of December, January actually traded up to around approximately 1.6%. And of course, as we all know, we had a rip your face off rally the past 2 months, and in December alone, the S&P 500 was up 5%. So I think that this is very, very positive for the markets moving forward, and I would expect to see us finishing in positive territory for January. So any dip that occurs today is tax harvesting. I see it as a fantastic buying opportunity. I have actually gone and sent a buy signal to my Signal team. If you would, if any of you guys are interested in joining my Signal team and copying my own personal trades, which I take on my own personal trading, my own personal trading accounts, then make sure you scan this QR code on your screen. It will take you to my website where you can sign up. Dailymarketmovements.com is the website, and I charge a very small fee of $29 where you can then start to follow my own personal trades as well as receive my daily macro research. That's it for today's video. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a very happy 2024.